Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. And we will be talking about navigating the path to college together in this meeting. It will be a step-by-step guide to the application process. Hopefully, it'll clarify some questions that you might have. So, differences between colleges and universities is a question that a lot of people usually have. College is a smaller school that offers a variety of educational programs, and it's usually an undergraduate degree. It could be independent, meaning a college could be entitled to its own entity, or it could be part of a larger institution, which we would call universities. Universities are larger schools that offer both undergraduate level and graduate level degrees. So there are different types of colleges when we take into consideration our application process. It consists of community colleges, two-year college degrees, or four-year colleges. Community colleges are two-year associate degree programs that prepare undergraduate students to a four-year institution. It's usually seen as a smooth transition between a two-year college to a four-year college degree, and it's usually relatively easier or tuition assistance is better. It's considered an affordable option due to its low tuition cost. A two-year college degree, in the meantime, is an associate degree similar to community college, but it could be through a community college or a vocational technical college and career colleges. They're usually completed in 2 years. And like I said before, these two um, categories usually prepare students to a four-year college degree. In the meantime, four-year college degrees are undergraduate colleges that are through universities usually, but it could be, like, again, an entity of its own and be a college. They're completed in 4 years, and it's usually bachelor's degree programs. So, community colleges and two-year college degrees. It's usually a lower tuition, it's a flexible schedule, and they provide a support that's kind of more easier relative to four-year college degrees to make it a seamless experience for students transitioning from high school to college. The transfer process, however, is very crucial in community college, and there are certain things that they take into consideration very heavily, and those consist of the extracurriculars that you work on during your time there, your involvement with the school or outside of school, your leadership professions, or the things that you've done in your clubs and activities. Your academic performances are also really important. These consist of your GPA, your SAT and ACT rankings, the researches that you've done, how well you were surrounded by your professors, have you done something with them with regards to research? Those are some things to take into consideration if you're considering community college as an option for universities. Some popular community colleges in New York consist of Borough of Manhattan Community College, LaGuardia Community College, and Hudson Valley Community College. And these community colleges sometimes have programs that allow students to transfer from community college to four-year degrees because they have some agreements with four-year universities. So if this is something that you're actually considering looking into, I would advise you to definitely go into the websites of the specific community colleges that you're interested in and seeing for yourself the programs that they have, what's the percentage of students that actually continue their four-year degrees after these community colleges and where they end up. Because sometimes the programs that they have are actually very rigorous, meaning they could end up in universities such as Ivy Leagues. And we actually have an example within our own community. And Albie, I believe, recently went from a community college with a high GPA, a really good SAT score, and a lot of extracurriculars to Columbia University. And now he's actually doing a double major there. So that's a possibility. And community colleges is definitely not a bad option. And it could be a better fit for you because of its financials. So it's really important to make the necessary research and look into the opportunities available for you. Four-year colleges are more comprehensive education opportunities. They are relatively deeper study in the chosen field. There are more resources and opportunities available, and that's also due to because of you being in that specific institution for 4 years and developing better relationships with your professors and your friends. Some popular universities with four-year undergraduate degrees in New York area specifically consist of Cornell, Columbia, NYU, Syracuse, CUNY, and Fordham universities, although the list is longer. These are just some of them to give you an idea of what for your college would be like. So when we're actually doing the application process, it's really important to take into consideration certain aspects that are actually could be used for qualification. For that, we have the safety school, reach school, and target schools. Safety schools are schools where you would be academically exceeding the school's average. You would have a higher chance of getting in, and it's usually seen as a backup option. It's definitely not a bad option to have safety schools, and everybody should definitely have each of these categories within their own list of colleges. The safety school could be a community college for you or a state school, but regardless, it's really important to have at least one or two options available in case something goes out of control or it's just seen as a backup option. But like I said before in the community college presentation slide, you could go from community college to an Ivy League institution. So it's definitely something really crucial to take into consideration. The target schools are academically the schools where you academically align with the school's average. You have relatively lesser chance of getting in, but the chances are still pretty high. It's 25 to 75%. And these schools are basically the schools that you would most likely be the fit academically and socially. Um, in the meantime, reach schools are schools where you would be either academically slightly below school's average or schools with low acceptance rates. These usually consist of the Ivy League institutions. They're more competitive with less chance of getting in, but that doesn't definitely mean that you cannot. Anything is possible, and it's really important that you definitely have a dream school that could be relatively challenging to get into, but because the college application process is a holistic review, you never know, honestly, and you should definitely try your best and try to get into these schools. But if not, that's also totally fine. But because of that possibility of ranges in the college application process, it's important to have a minimum of one or two options available from each of these categories. This is just a brief summary of what the safety target and reach schools would be like. The profile fits and number to apply to is just a number to have in mind. And this is a sample college list that could be a guide for you guys. What to take into consideration when we're looking into this is the financial aid. Financial aid and scholarship is a big part of college application and the college process as a whole. There are some opportunities available if you're an asylum seeker or if you're coming from a low-income community. But to sum it all up, you basically should be doing a research into the website of the specific universities that you're interested in and seeing what opportunities are available. If financial aid is not available to you specifically, scholarships could be a good way of looking into the finances of the academic institution. And that's definitely a big part of application process and also your list of colleges that you should be looking into. Besides the financial aid, you can look into the size of the school that you're interested in going to. Some students are interested in small universities, some are medium, and some are interested in larger campuses. So that's something that you can take into consideration. And also the majors that you're interested in doing. Do they have it available in that specific institution is another question that you should definitely be looking into. And based off of these researches, you could also look into the reach, target, and safety school categories and making yourself a list with the acceptance rates. This is just a sample that you could definitely use for your own specific research and seeing for yourself what you think would be a better fit. This is just to give you an idea. So throughout this whole application process, we definitely are going to be looking into safety, reach, and target schools, but target schools are definitely should be something that you prioritize in your list because it's a more prestigious education. The resources available in these institutions are definitely more higher. You have a stronger alumni network and access to top researchers and faculty. And because of these reasons, you should definitely take into consideration applying to target schools, although it might be a little scary at first, or you might feel like you may not be a good fit to the institution, or you may feel like you don't have the specific academic opportunities that you're looking for in that specific institution. But regardless of that, if that's your dream school, for example, you should definitely take into consideration applying to that specific institution. That doesn't mean, because it's, like I said, a holistic review of the whole application process, you never know where you're going to end up. And something in your college application, maybe your personal statement or the involvement that you have within your community could be something that makes you an outstanding applicant to these institutions. And you never know until you apply. So that should definitely be in your list. And then these are some helpful websites for college research that you could utilize. Niche provides rankings, the majors available in that specific college, the location, and all about the specific college that you're looking for in their website. Big Future College Board is a really helpful resource that allows you to actually do a career-specific quiz that could guide you to the specific major or the career field that you're interested in. And it gives you a list of colleges and universities that would have those majors available. And then virtual college tours are also another guide that you could utilize. I know that it could be sometimes inaccessible to actually visit these colleges, but virtual college tours are a good website that kind of provides you some, at least some idea of how the campus life would look like in that specific college that you're interested in.